The design cycle is a process used by scientists and engineers to create solutions that address specific goals or criteria. The design cycle has 4 main steps: plan, build, test, and analyze. These steps form a cycle that repeats. Typically, you begin with plan. In this stage, you think about your criteria and make a plan for a design that meets those criteria. On the build step, you actually start creating your design. Once the design is built, you test it. The test results give you information about how well your design works. Next, on the analyze step, you examine your test results. How well did your design measure up to your criteria? Here you figure out whether there are areas that need improvement. Finally, you're back at plan. This is when you think about what you can change in your design to better meet the criteria. You will go through the full cycle over and over until you have addressed the criteria as effectively as possible. Now, let's take a quick look at how you will go through these steps on this project. You may not have realized it, but by thinking about the test user's needs in the last few days, you have been working on the plan step of the design cycle. Now you have an idea of what might make a good recipe for test users, and you've been exploring how to make a Futura bar. Today, you are moving on to the build step, where you will build a Futura bar recipe. After you build, you will move on to the test step by submitting your Futura bar recipe to the lab for testing. Then you get many results and record them in your recipe tracker. Next comes the analyze step. Keeping your criteria in mind, you examine the results. You try to see where you need improvement and where you're doing pretty well. You write down your ideas. Now you are ready to start your new recipe and move on to the plan step again. You already know what needs improvement, so now your task is to figure out how exactly to do it. Just remember, your goal is to improve your design each time you move through the cycle, until eventually your design addresses all the criteria.